Moving on with the Mexico Macabre horror set from Indicator is number 383, and I kind of taking out of order a little bit here with the Brainiac, because I needed something kind of pulpy, kind of silly. This seemed to fit the bill. The most bizarre horror movie ever is the kind of tagline for this one, and I'd say yes. It definitely lives up to that. Starts off wonderfully well in 1661 as we see a man being sentenced by an Inquisition, and he is unapologetically evil. It's great. She's laughing as they're reading out the charges, making faces, just having a whale of a time, like really enjoying this being sentenced to death.
Y el procesado rió en burla de estos actos de justicia.
And I kind of loved this aspect. And he turned around, and even though all the Inquisition are masked, he knows who they all are, and he promises them that in 300 years he will return and kill off all their offspring. And we jump 300 years. Now, they're a kind of shooting star at this point as he makes his proclamation. We jump forward to 300 years to a couple of people who are astronomers. They just, have got a funny feeling they're going to be descendants of the people in the Inquisition. They realise that there is an astral event happening 300 years since this comet last passed by again. It's happening once more. And wouldn't you know it, in really bizarre circumstances, because I don't think there's any other way to do it, we end up with some kind of space creature, monster, character from the start. Don't know how it happened. I mean, you can really get lost and try to figure out why this happens. Like I'm even getting lost thinking about it just now, but I won't go there. This strange monster comes down, the Brainiac, who then kills people and sucks out their brains. Well, because that's his sustenance. And this is where it starts to fall off the rails a little bit and becomes very repetitive. You keep having our hero trying to figure out information, or him and his partner trying to figure out the information. You have the bad guy, the Brainiac, attacking people and sucking their brains out, which again is something that's very repetitive throughout this. We have our man from the start. He shapeshifts into this strange creature, which is really kind of funny looking, and then sucks the brains out of people, and it just keeps happening. And there's no evolution of the characters, which, to be honest, is something of the time, but there's also nothing new from that point on. From the second time this happens, you kind of know it's just going to continue that way until the finale. And although it's fine, it never becomes anything more than just fine.
Apártate, Miranda. Necesito cumplir mi venganza.
A little bit let down by this one, especially after the first movie I watched, which was just phenomenal. The Brainiac was definitely a take of 50s sci-fi horror, and it never quite works. It's trying to do too much. It has a story it wants to tell, and it never really kind of nails that story, which is a real shame. The Brainiac was fine. It was nothing more than fine. It's gave me a pause for thought, though, because after the first movie, which I loved, I came down with a little bit of a bump. I'm hoping this is going to be maybe the worst in the set. Even saying that, it's probably still like a 3-star movie, fine, but I hope they get better as they go on. I'd love to know your thoughts on the Brainiac, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, found it average like I did. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, and vfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching. See you next time.